everybody, I am Jay Shady and you are listening to the Voice of Reason. So that Game of Thrones episode tonight though, good fucking god. But no, I'm sorry, this is a WWE video. Only talk about WWE here, but boy, I bet CM Punk sure wishes he was at the Allstate Arena tonight for this show, rather than having to witness the LA Kings break his heart on the ice. My condolences to CM Punk for that. LA Kings, see you in the Stanley Cup. Let's take it back to wrestling, because this is a wrestling review. No Game of Thrones talk, no hockey talk. Payback tonight was a surprisingly damn good show. Wasn't, the best show of the year, but, I went into this thing with no expectations. Pretty damn fucking low, low as dirt expectations, and the show did surprise, I gotta say that. There were some weird, stupid, silly booking decisions in here, and I'll get to them when I do. But overall, the majority of the matches delivered, man, and they really did. This could have been a lot worse than it was, this whole show, but it came out pretty fucking solid, I gotta say. I gotta give credit where credit is due for the WWE. WWE is very bipolar. They're like a little child with multiple personality disorder or something, because sometimes they could do a horrible fucking night, put on a horrible show, and then they could do this and give you a pretty fucking damn good show. I'll never figure this company out. The opening match is Cesaro versus Cesaro versus Sheamus. This was a very good opening match. I enjoyed this a lot. Not like 5-star classics. I'm sorry, I have a piece of popcorn kernel stuck in my throat, trying to get it down. Alright, I think I got it down. It's good. I'm not dying yet. Anyway, Sheamus versus Cesaro for the U.S. title. One thing I gotta say though, I'm a Paul Heyman fan. I'm a Paul Heyman guy, I guess, And, he deserves the utmost respect, for everything he's done for the wrestling business as a whole with ECW. He's a legend. He really is. But this stint that he's had, this most recent stint that he's had with WWE, he's really just turned into one big annoying fuck. And, I'm sure there's going to be people who, go crazy. How can you say this about Paul Heyman? But, I mean, come on, man. This isn't fucking... Paul Heyman is a great talker. He really is. But now when he gets on the mic, I just want him to shut the fuck up. I really do. He's just nothing more these days but a glorified fucking cheerleader for his clients. That's all he is a fucking glorified cheerleader for them. This isn't the Paul Heyman I knew, the fucking visionary. This is not, good Paul Heyman work. It's really not. He's really fucking annoying. And his whole gimmick is to be annoying. I mean, it's just a bad gimmick. It really is. A legend like Paul Heyman's such a good talker, and his whole gimmick, his whole goal is to be annoying, just be like a little fucking annoying cheerleader child. It's just really bad. Paul Heyman, man, I don't know what's up with his character right now. But yeah, going back to the match, pretty solid match, very good for opening the show, getting the crowd started, getting the show going. Opened it up on a good note. A lot of good moves here. Very impressive Sheamus match. Sheamus is one of the people I hate the most, one of the people I can't stand the most. But, this one was a really good one. And, Cesaro is just, such an impressive wrestler. He really is. Always impresses it, man. He's one of the top wrestlers that WWE has right now. It's just a shame that they have him in this heel role with Paul Heyman, that this is a guy who's just begging to be a babyface. He really is. Sheamus gets the win. I have no problem with this. I figured he was going to win. And at this point, when you're trying to book Cesaro as a star for the future, what's the point of having him be a champion for some fucking third-rate title that means jack shit? So I have no problem with this. Sheamus gets the victory. And they did it in a good way. Very good booking here with Cesaro's doing the swing. And then he set him up for the neutralizer, and Sheamus rolls him up for a quick 3. Makes Cesaro look strong. It looks like Sheamus had to sneak a victory in there, which is usually the opposite of what WWE does. Usually with the heels are the ones who have to sneak in a victory, and the heels always look like jabronis, but here it was Sheamus who looked like, he got lucky. So, a good match overall. Then you got Ryback versus Cody Rhodes and Goldust. This was just boring. Both of these teams right now are boring. Ryback was always boring. Cody Rhodes and Goldust are just doing fucking nothing. They haven't done nothing for fucking months now. Nothing of importance, nothing of excitement. And why don't just break this fucking team up already? And it looks like that's what they did tonight. After the match, after Cody Rhodes loses for his team, he says to Goldust, "You need to find a better partner, brother," and he leaves. So it looks like they're finally breaking them up, because that's the only place you could fucking go with this team, because otherwise they're just fucking boring. They're not doing anything. Hopefully this is working towards a Goldust and Cody Rhodes match, but this match itself was pretty fucking boring. Then you get Rusev versus Big E. This was just, it was a shitty match, but it could have been a lot fucking worse. It was a lot better than what I expected. I expected like fucking, dud, -5 stars. This was not a good match. This was pretty shitty, but it did have a couple of spots in it. It was all right. It was, it was shitty, but it was all right. It wasn't like super long or anything. It wasn't like super botchy or anything. They did a couple of good spots. Both of these guys are boring motherfuckers. Biggie Langston is such a fucking goofball. It's beyond ridiculous. Him coming out with the American flag like it's fucking 1985. Just so fucking goofy. Biggie Langston, I don't know how this guy ever got called up in the first place, but, I just can't take him seriously. The way he moves, it's just so fucking goofy and just, I don't know, fucking stupid looking. But anyway, Rusev wins with the 1985 camel clutch. That's the whole theme with Rusev is fucking 1985. The whole gimmick, his finishing move, his opponents have to look like they're from 1985. A little outdated if you ask me, about, almost 30 years too late. But yeah, it was whatever. It was just some bullshit match, but could have been a lot worse. Rusev gets the strong victory, I guess, by making Big E tap out. Then you get Bo Dallas versus Kofi Kingston. That's the supposed match, but apparently Kofi Kingston sent out some tweets that the Authority, was doing Daniel Bryan dirty, that, they were doing him wrong and that they shouldn't be doing this to Daniel Bryan. So Stephanie sends out Kane and he just dismantles Kofi Kingston. So the match doesn't even happen. And Bo Dallas, cuts one of his Believe promos saying, "I'm so sorry this had to happen to you, Kofi, but you could get through this. You can come back from this. You just have to believe." It was what it was. Bo Dallas, this is a very fucking funny character. I like it a lot. I really do. I really like the Bo Dallas gimmick a lot. It works. It's hilarious. It's something different, This overly super confident, positive guy that's, it's so overly positive that it's borderline creepy, and you can tell it's all fake, this whole persona, and it's kind of like a satire of like the Cenas and these super fucking good guys who are always doing the moral good. It's like a satire on that. I like it. It's intelligent. It's different. It's a good character. So yeah, I want to see where they go with this Bo Dallas thing. Then you get Bad News Barrett versus Rob Van Dam, Intercontinental Championship. Very good match. Rob Van Dam worked off a pretty fucking good match here. Yeah, he's old, but he can still work a good match. Some good spots here. Right guy goes over. Bad News Barrett, ball hammer to Rob Van Dam. Retains the Intercontinental Championship. So yeah, Rob Van Dam is doing what he's supposed to do. He's a legend that, brings fan interest, brings in, some eyes to see, oh shit, Rob Van Dam is back. At the same time, puts new guys over. See that Cena? I wouldn't say about see that Orton, see that Batista, because they are to a fault now putting people over too much, and I'll get to that later on. But yeah, Cena should take note pretty fucking soon. So good match. Then you get the last man standing match with John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. Now, this match had some goofball booking, some typical Cena goofball Superman booking with, especially the fucking commentary. I'm sick and tired of these fucking commentators. I always have to cover this motherfucker's ass every fucking match. You know, there's a point where Cena takes the steel chair like at WrestleMania, but this time he goes through with it. And then right after he does it, the commentators don't take a fucking second to say, but that's alright, because that's the rules of this match. It's not like he's breaking rules this time. At the WrestleMania match, you know, it was all his whole legacy on the line. Before this, it's okay. He's not bad. It's like, shut the fuck up. You know, just, oh, please, don't hate Cena because he used the chair now. It's okay because it's in the confines of the match, the stipulation. Fucking so stupid. The way that, you know, they always have to cover his ass. It's so fucking annoying. And then the whole thing with, you know, Bray Wyatt got, I think, the attitude adjustment outside of the ring, and the referees counted to 10, and then the other two Wyatt family guys, they come down and they bring Bray Wyatt to his feet. You know, it's like, come on. Why does every fucking Cena match have to be like a fucking 100-on-1 match? And, you know, the guy facing Cena, you know, always has to have his ass saved in some, you know, shady fashion. There always has to look like Cena could win this match 20 fucking times before he does, or before he loses in some kind of crooked way. It's just, come the fuck on, like, come on, seriously, you know, how old do you think we are, too? You know, that we buy into this shit, and people wonder why so many people hate Cena. It's because of this phony fucking booking, this just pure fucking phony baloney shit. This isn't how human beings are. It's not, I'm sorry. That being said, easily the best fucking John Cena versus Bray Wyatt match. A whole lot better than I expected, and arguably match of the fucking night. This was a brutal match. A lot of great spots here. And you know, I'm getting tired of every time this Cena match, there's this Vince Russo style booking with everybody interfering. But it kind of worked in this match because it set up some pretty damn good fucking spots. You had I think it was Luke Harper. One of the Usos, there's two tables outside the ring, down the turnbuckle, suplexes into two fucking tables. You know, I can't remember the last time I saw that. Very old school, very attitude era style, ruthless aggression era style, very brutal fucking match. You know, something we don't get a lot of. This was how matches were back then. Like, you know, they weren't, you know, half-assing it. They went full throttle. This was a very good match, minus all the goofy Cena bullshit. Cena won. He does an AA on, you know, they're by the sound equipment, does an AA off of some fucking thing. It was like a case for the sound equipment into something else, and Bray Wyatt goes smashing through like this box, and then Cena topples one of the sound equipment cases on top of the box. This way Bray Wyatt couldn't get out. I had no problem with that. I did have a problem with the fact that Bray Wyatt wasn't flailing, panicking, trying to get out. Because the camera goes on Bray Wyatt and he's knocked out cold anyway. So it's like, okay, the motherfucker's dead anyway, so why do you need to put the box on top of him? At least, if, you know, he puts the box on top of him and Bray Wyatt is banging like he's buried alive trying to fucking get out, it could be like, okay, Cena had to fucking put this thing on top to keep Bray Wyatt down. But the way they did it, it was like Bray Wyatt would have been down anyway. You know, there's always this stupid shit that goes on with Cena. But yeah, this was a great match, very fucking brutal, a lot of crazy spots. And you know, I had very low expectations for this match, as everybody did. Their WrestleMania match, I didn't think was as bad as some people thought it was. But I thought their Extreme Rules match was one of the worst fucking things I've ever seen. But this was very fucking good, minus all the phony baloney Cena shit that, you know, you just... Yeah, you have to get it. You know you're going to get it and you have to fucking deal with it, I guess. Then you get Paige versus Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox is like the most entertaining fucking superstar for the WWE at this point. It's very fucking sad. It was a pretty decent enough women's match, I would say. It's unfortunate that I had to go after such a good fucking match where the crowd was dead. The crowd's cheering for the Blackhawks. That didn't help the Blackhawks too much, did they? But Paige gets the victory here, makes Alicia Fox tap out. I might have liked to see Alicia Fox get the belt here, but you can always give it to her, later on. But yeah, Alicia Fox is very fucking entertaining right now, and I like the character. It's just fucking crazy, but it's not like, like goofball Santino shit. It's like entertaining crazy. It's different. I like it. Decent enough women's match. Then you get the main event, the Shield versus Evolution. No holds barred, 6-man elimination tag team match. That's a fucking mouthful right there. Before I get into that, I forgot. We had this segment with Daniel Bryan having to surrender the title or his wife getting fired. Stephanie McMahon comes out, calls out Daniel Bryan, and Brie Bella comes out with him, cutting promo. Great line from Stephanie where everybody starts chanting CM Punk and says to Daniel Bryan, you see, you should quit and give up the belt just like CM Punk quit. And everybody fucking shut up. Maybe finally that'll fucking make people stop fucking with the CM Punk bullshit. Just shut up about CM Punk already. But that was fucking awesome. Coolest thing Stephanie's done in like 15 years. Great line that they actually specifically referenced and said CM Punk tonight. Good job. Fucking sticking a middle finger to the crowd like a bunch of morons that they are. Yeah, so basically she's telling Daniel Bryan to ship the belt. Daniel Bryan's about to. Then Brie Bella calls her a bitch and smacks her in the face and says, I quit. And Stephanie McMahon goes running to the back almost in tears. I liked the segment. I thought it was a pretty good segment. I would have liked to see more out of this storyline. If that's all there is Brie Bella quitting, then that seems like that's the end of the storyline because now Daniel Bryan doesn't have to forfeit the title. So yeah, I liked the what the people did in the ring with the mic work, but I'm not crazy about how they had this storyline play out. It would have been a lot more interesting if you kept this going because Daniel Bryan's not going to get in the ring. And, at least for a couple weeks, so you could have stretched this thing out, brought in a new GM, maybe Ric Flair, because he's supposed to make a return to television. At least that's what I hear from the dirt sheets, but you can never trust those fucking things. Bring out the new GM, to help Daniel Bryan and give him, some backing against the Authority. Could have done something like that, but where do you go from here? Maybe WWE will think of something, but I mean, it's like an end game now. It seems like, that's it. They found out the solution. So, whatever. We'll see what happens. Good work from the people on the mic, though. And then you get the main event, the Shield versus Evolution. And this is another one where it's like, really good match. I don't know if it was as good. I don't think it was as good as their first match, but it was a very different type of match. It was pretty much a fucking mugging. For the most part, and it told a damn good story up until the end. Some motherfucking foolish booking on this show, man. And especially in the Cena match and this match. It's like that meme. Not sure if Evolution or 3MB. Because that's how Evolution has fucking looked. Like 3 motherfucking jobbers. For the greatest faction in WWE history. That fucking bullshit that WWE likes to say. Even though they're nowhere near the greatest faction. But WWE likes to say they are. This is what the greatest faction fucking does. Lose match after match. Can't win a fucking match. You bring out fucking Batista as Blue Tista. He's got fucking blue tights, blue sleeves. What the fuck is it with this man? I was never a Batista fan. Really, other than his last stint when he was, talking about John Cena hugging babies and kissing fat chicks or vice versa, whatever it was. But, he was never this fucking goofy. This isn't Batista. He's got a fucking beard and shit. He looks like, Mason Ryan's bastard cousin or something. You know, it's like, it doesn't look like Batista. He's wearing fucking blue, aqua blue, blue sleeves. Like, who are you, fucking Jeff Hardy all of a sudden? It's really stupid looking blue Tista. But anyway, you bring back Evolution to just do nothing. You know, and in the process, making the Shield look like 3 fucking Super Cena goofballs. I mean, what is it with the WWE where every face has to be fucking super dominant? It's just like, they have to be super, super baby fucking infant face. It's like, why? Why can't they just be normal motherfuckers for once? Why can't a face just be a fucking human being? Like, one time. I would like to see that. You know? But always, the faces have to be these fucking superheroes. It's annoying. The Shield are getting fucking destroyed. Destroyed. Pedigrees on chairs. Roman Reigns took the beating of a fucking lifetime, man. Like, you know, it just looked like this was going to be a dissection of the Shield. You know, I really like the spot where they were beating down Roman Reigns. And, you know, this guy, I don't care what anybody fucking says, this guy is a fucking main eventer. He really is. He's champion. Roman Reigns, you know, when they were beating him down, I was thinking, you know, the future stories they could do where, you know, this could happen where he's almost said villain, you know. A heel is beating him down, and I could, you know, the crowd was really getting behind him. I could see this happening in a main event picture where this guy just has it. You know, it's indescribable what it is, but he has it. And I'm sure all the ladies got very fucking wet when they took his shirt off. But anyway, they're beating him down with kendo sticks. Jesus fucking Christ, it was brutal. And then out of nowhere, Seth Rollins is on top of the fucking Titantron. I didn't even notice until he dies off. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? He just dies off out of nowhere. Like, they could have built it where, you know, it looked, and that's why I thought they were going, where it looked like Shield had a chance. They looked strong, but Evolution was just too much for them. But no. What do you get? The Shield, after just fucking getting ravaged, and I can't stress it enough, just beaten the fuck out of. It was like a mugging. It was like a straight up Chicago mugging, Gotham City mugging. Just beating the shit out of, and then out of nowhere, none of them get eliminated, and they just defeat Evolution. Batista, Randy Orton, and Triple H. A fucking sweep. Not one Shield member gets eliminated. Evolution gets beat 1, 2, 3 in a row. And these guys are Hall of Famers. These guys are what? 30-time fucking world champions combined. Or whatever the fuck it is. And, you know, they can't even beat fucking Seth Rollins. They can't even fucking beat a Dean Ambrose, a Roman Reigns. 3 of them combined. It's just, stop it. Stop it. Just stop being fucking silly like this. You know? I mean, and you would never expect this from people like Triple H, Randy Orton, Batista, guys who have such huge fucking egos. Just, you know, sacrificing, you know, themselves and, you know, putting people over too much at a fault. Just being too fucking selfless and worrying too much about putting people over because you're destroying your own fucking reputation that it doesn't matter when these people go over because it's like, oh, you look like goofballs anyway. You know? It's just like, why? Why can't the Evolution win one fucking match? You know? I mean, all they've done, they've just been jobbing to Daniel Bryan and jobbing to Shield for the last 2 months. You know, I kind of feel fucking bad for Batista. I mean, this is his big return. He just comes back to lose every fucking match that he's in. I mean, he's worth more than that. He is. Whether everybody hates him or not, whatever. Hate him all you want. I mean, I don't hate him. I just think he looks a little fucking goofy. But, come on, he's worth much better than this. He's not a fucking jobber. He really isn't. And same as with Triple H. Same as with Randy Orton. They're not fucking jobbers. Why are they doing this? It just doesn't, you know, it just doesn't make sense to me. And Batista's now off to promote Guardians of the Galaxy, so that's his first stint back. I mean, that's one of the worst returns ever. Ever. But a very good match, very entertaining match, but just dumb booking. So yeah, you got some pretty stupid, mindless booking, but most of the matches were pretty damn fucking good, I gotta say. So it turns out to be a pretty good fucking pay-per-view, especially after expecting it to be a lot worse. Yeah, so Payback, I would recommend to watch it, even though, you know, you're gonna get a little frustrated by some of the stuff that goes on in it, but it was good. I don't know if I'm gonna be watching Raw live tomorrow. No, there's no hockey game, there's no basketball game, but I don't know. It's like you have to fucking strap me down and tie me up and, you know, do the fucking Clockwork Orange shit where they, you know, have the things holding his eyes open to watch Raw. Like, you have to fucking, you know, rape me to fucking watch this show. You have to force your way with me to make me watch it. You know? So I don't know if I'll do a review tomorrow. I will do a Raw review, though. Most likely. Nah, I will. But, yeah, we'll see when it is. If I watch it tomorrow or the day after or whatever. So, yeah, there you go. WWE Payback 2014. Pretty good. As always, I'm Jay Shady, the voice of reason. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.